I work as Honorary Professor for Energy Economics at the Ruhr University Bochum in Germany, and my research is focused on decarbonisation. Today, I want to inspire you with two highly innovative projects which are important prototypes for reducing emissions in both the industrial and building sector. These were selected as winners of Germany's Reallabore, and you will certainly appreciate their technical brilliance. The common denominator of these, and indeed all winning projects, is that they rely upon multiple synergies in the production and use of energy. They exploit the laws of science to the limit so that all available clean energy can be harnessed and emissions greatly reduced. As seen in the diagram, Germany has worked off some of its emissions, mainly in the power sector, but must now address the highly challenging final energy sector. The country has ambitious targets for 2030, starting with 55% emissions reduction. It needs to exploit available waste heat and renewables to the limit, as well as reducing the costs for electrolyzers. For all of this, breakthrough technological innovation will be essential. And so, enter the Reallabore with 20 winning projects chosen from 100 entries. Each year, up to 100 million euros will be available for these projects, which are regionally anchored, systemic, and embedded in society. The aim is to demonstrate innovations on an industrial scale and in the real world. The projects are spread throughout the country. Around half of them, in the red rings, are in areas of major structural change and are designed to compensate for closures in brown coal mining and power generation. Otherwise, they can be divided into two categories: those to promote the production and use of hydrogen, and those to optimize energy use for heating and cooling in buildings. You see in the lower part of the table that a wide range of organizations are involved, from oil refineries to city energy companies, and also that some 300 megawatts of electrolyzers are planned as a step towards the German 2030 target of 5,000 megawatts. The first project is centered on the Haida oil refinery and has at its heart a 30 megawatt electrolyzer project with subsequent plans to scale this up to 700 megawatts. It is a highly impressive example of how multiple synergies can be exploited so that, for example, all three products of electrolysis, not just the hydrogen, can be used, and how it is a model to supply a whole region with CO2-free energy. The second example is focused on the building sector and has the aim to develop low temperature district heating and to exploit the synergies between simultaneous requirements for heating and cooling, as is indicated in the diagram. It has the aim to reduce primary energy supply by 80% and to rely on a combination of renewables power, high performance heat pumps, and geothermal energy, also with the scope for seasonal storage of heat underground. The project is modelled on a similar project in Sweden, which is already in operation and has proved the planned 80% reduction in primary energy requirements and has reduced energy costs by 20% for the occupiers. So I come to the conclusions. Impressive technological learning is ready for implementation. Strong synergistic effects are everywhere the key, which are pushing towards the theoretical limits of energy efficiency. And the projects are helping to gain experience to move down the learning curve for electrolyzers and with low temperature waste heat. But now equivalent regulatory learning is necessary. Germany needs to address the high surcharges and taxes on power prices, which stand in the way of using electricity to the extent which is required for decarbonisation. The gas pipeline regulations need addressing to cover hydrogen, whether it's a small percentage mixed with natural gas or whether it's 100%. And there needs to be clear recognition of truly green products so that those producing them gain the benefits. When this has been done, it will put Germany in a position to meet its ambitious emission goals. So I thank you for your interest. I hope that you found these two examples truly inspiring, and I will be happy to give you more details of these or other Reallabore projects.